Well, joining us now is Bill Watkin, Chief Executive of the Sixth Form Colleges Association, and Sixth Form student Ola Kozlowska, who sometimes travels up to 4 hours a day to study the subject she wants to. Ola, we'll get some detail from you in a moment. Bill, is this not just about sort of a change in the subjects that we study? So, say, for example, Law A-level, which was popular maybe a while ago, is now more of a university course. It's not offered anymore.
The problem is that our sixth formers have been underfunded and neglected by government for years, and this has got to stop. One of the consequences of the underfunding is that you have to have bigger classes for them to be financially viable, and that means that some subjects can't be afforded by colleges and sixth forms in schools. And the problem most often happens in small colleges and schools, and one of the other consequences of the funding is that fewer people are choosing 4 subjects, they're now choosing 3 instead, and that means there are fewer choices in the pot. So
have you seen a change? Say, for example, you teach languages, don't you? So
I used to, years ago.
Teach languages.
Yes.
So in the past, when, say, 6 or 7 students would have been taught an A-level in, say, for example, Spanish, you might not be able to do that now until you get maybe sort of 15, 20 students instead.
That's absolutely right, yes. I've taught sixth form classes in the past with 3 or 4 students, but now you've got to have at least 15, probably nearer 20, for a class to be viable.
Ola, you have had to travel far now, haven't you, to get the course you wanted. So how far do you have to travel, and why particularly did you want to do that?
I mean, in the morning, if I miss the school bus, I have to travel around 2 hours in the morning. And then, because it's heavy traffic coming around Manchester, again, 2 hours back, especially with the dark, cold nights.
And why did you specifically want to go to that college? Because you could have gone somewhere closer, couldn't you?
Yes, I mean, Loreto has a very high level of education. I mean, it's grade 1 in most subjects. And I wanted to study politics because I'm really interested in the parliamentary system, voting. And my sixth form college did not provide that at the moment. So I wanted to go to Loreto because it had that high level.
And is that, so in terms of that, does that go back to what you were saying, they're not able to put those courses on because there's not enough students who want to then do it? So it comes down from your mind to just specifically a funding issue?
It's specifically a funding issue, and the funding means that you've got to have bigger classes. If you've got students choosing only 3 subjects instead of 4, the 4th subject is one that gets lost, so we're losing not only modern language classes, we're losing science, technology, engineering, maths, but increasingly as well, what's at risk is the pastoral support, the guidance for university entrance, the careers advice, the mental health support, the extracurricular Duke of Edinburgh Award, those sorts of things are at risk.
I just want to pick up a point. So the government says, and you'll be aware, we're investing nearly £7 billion during 2017-18 to ensure there's a place in educational training for every 16 to 19-year-old who wants one. So they are trying to extend the offering. What are you most concerned about? Because you've mentioned languages, you've mentioned STEM subjects as well, science subjects. What are you most concerned about?
Well, I'm most concerned about the breadth of the curriculum in general. So the government, you're absolutely right, the government will say we're putting more money into education. They put an extra 1.3 billion into schools, but that's for children up to 16, not for after 16. And 16 to 18-year-olds, the doctors and lawyers and accountants and scientists of the future don't get as much money.
I want to ask you about your friends as well, because were they having to choose subjects that they might not have chosen because there weren't things on offer?
I mean, it depends what you want to study, because of course the science subjects are more facilitated in colleges. There's a lot more focus on STEM subjects. If you're a humanities student, it's a tough choice, because certain colleges may specialise in drama that may be funded quite well, whereas the humanities are not very well funded, so you're not getting that level of teaching, and you're not getting a level of support in extracurriculars as well. So I wanted to study politics. Loreto provides debate club, MUN, so
it's all the things around the politics as well.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really interesting. Thank you both very much indeed. Thank you.
All the best for your A-levels as well.
Yes,
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you.